He's
Says
probably
the guy who hasn't showed up for the last 2 weeks. Oh, my papers are out of order.
Ooh.
Oh, well, she.
Holy fuck, that's loud.
Oh
You
wow!
bastard. Wearing the... What are you wearing? You're wearing
Fantastic Four?
Borderlands.
Borderlands.
Yeah.
That was a weird thrusting move I just did. I'm not totally comfortable with it.
He's thrusting into his desk. He usually does that only at work.
Yeah. They're the perfect height at work as well. They're like right.
All right. No.
No.
Oh, no. All right. You can go there. My coffee's got just enough in it to get me through the show.
All right,
Go.
so you're all right. He's ready. Finally, he's ready. The boss is ready. Here we go. It's August 24th, 2014, and you're watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'll be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
All right, welcome to episode 439 of Mods on Air, bringing you the week in gaming news. The weeks in gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. Yes, it's been a couple weeks, only 2. We have some things to talk about, and there may be some offensive topics. Probably not, but we usually figure out how to squeeze them in there, just like we did in the pre-show. Thank you, Welshie. So if you're easily offended, leave now. Or you're welcome to send us some email over at mailbag@modsonair.com.
Yeah. Because we get a billion emails
really
daily.
Yeah.
All the spam. Spam.
It just all goes into the trash for me. So even if you send something, I wouldn't see it, unless it's a donation request. If you're sending us donations, and please, that would. We can actually do something special at the show. I told you guys, we get paychecks, and if you're not getting paychecks, you got to go see HR. Yeah. Anyway, there's no paychecks. Are you kidding?
We have a HR department?
It's only bills.
See, I thought I was going to say it was Strider, actually. That would have been funnier.
We can jump into what's going on in the week. Well, actually, coming up this week is PAX, and
Coming up this week, yes.
it's actually sad because we're not there. Yeah.
PAX West.
Yep, over in
PAX
Seattle.
Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We usually go,
sad.
but this year we're not going because we don't foresee a lot of excitement.
Because we got more and more extravagant every freaking year.
Yeah.
He's right.
Credit card can take it this year.
Yeah.
When you start drinking $1,500 a night, then it's time to take a break.
Paying like $100 for steak. It was good steak. Jesus.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
Well, but by the same token,
So we're gonna have.
I still feel like we should be there.
I think what we need is to figure out how to have our own show.
In someone's basement?
I don't know. We go to Vegas. Or something else. Something interesting. We'll change it up every year.
Jamaica. I'm a firm believer in that.
It'll be at Obi-Wan K's house next year. Okay.
I support.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's start it up. Let's get into some topics.
Let's not be.
As you may know, Crytek's having issues. Lots and lots of issues. But the more people I talk to, they're suggesting that really it's just the game side, that they're not selling enough games, that everything else though with the company is going to be okay because they have the Crytek engine, the Cry engine that's out there that they're licensing to developers. And really, they could technically shut down the studio and still just have a minimal staff working and supporting the engine and just keep the engine going. Of course, their games wouldn't be there to show off the engine and show what the engine can do. So in the end, they would be hurting themselves because they wouldn't be able to push to market themselves as well.
But but haven't we already discussed this, that the Cry engine is a really good engine to build Crysis on?
Oh,
Outside of that, it's not.
Well, can I say the same thing for the Unreal Engine? And then I'd probably be wrong, because the Unreal Engine's really good shooter, multiplayer shooter. What else are you going to do with it? Well, people are doing more stuff with it. People are making RPGs with it.
awesome.
I suppose, yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen anything come out using the Crysis engine that isn't Crysis.
What the hell was it called? That zombie game they did that was like a third person.
Oh,
State of Decay. No, State of Decay.
But that could
was
have been
that-
on any engine.
True,
I was gonna say,
but
I
it
thought
was
State
on.
of
It was on the Cry engine, and I didn't even realize it was on the Cry engine until I
I
read
thought it
it.
was on Unreal Engine. Oh.
No, that's Cry engine.
But that's what I mean. Like there's no real reason for it to be on the Cry engine. That could have been on Unity. Honestly,
Well,
State of
Cry
Decay
engine.
could have been on.
CryEngine made Warface, a shooter. AI that is RPG, true
See,
RPG.
that's the thing. That's the topic. Trying to repair the reputation with really high quality games instead of.
AI was a good game though. They didn't make it; somebody else made it, but it was a good game. It wasn't as great for the U.S. I think it did better over in Asia.
Korea or something. You clearly can see the potential to make great stuff. It's just from what I've read, and this could be completely wrong, but from what I've read from people who've used the SDK and different tools, it's just that it's like you said before, it's very great at making Crysis, and it's hard to make something else that's not Crysis-like. Like a lot of stuff, the default settings are very Crysis-like. Default settings, default effects. So it just makes it difficult to make things that aren't first-person shooters that aren't like Crysis.
And you can't really do anything unless you pay them lots of money to get the actual source to the engine to modify that stuff, or you're just stuck making very Crysis-like games. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because Crysis does have, like, it is a visually astounding game.
I think they do have the source though. The developers that license the engine.
Yeah, but you have to pay for.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
The say the entry level. Say if the four of us want to get together and develop a game. Crysis, the Cry engine is probably not going to be the first one we look at, just based on cost, unless they've really modified what they used to do. I know that they were working on something for trying to get more indie development, get it into the hands of the indie developers, but from my understanding, is it's still a big outlay of some boku bucks to get the Cry engine.
If I was getting paid to make a really good game, then I would invest in Unreal Engine right now.
Just the documentation there, the examples are there.
Right.
And soon, I guess we'll discuss the marketplace is now there. So
that's right.
Definitely has a leg up on CryEngine.
All right, let's get to that. Let's in a little bit. Let's talk about what another company is doing, Activision, who is trying to make movies out of their games and wants to take these games. And we talked about this before because Bobby Kotick was like, let's take all the cutscenes and make a movie and sell that for $20 to everybody.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
See, this would be fine.
To be.
This would be fine if the stories weren't written by like 7-year-old children.
And it's the same shit over and over.
Yeah. Like, it'd be totally cool. Yeah, awesome. They're gonna make, but yeah, oh wait, no, they can't write for shit. Oh. Oh well.
Well, again, this is Bobby Kotick coming out there, but he's not suggesting we just take all the cutscenes. He's saying make a Call of Duty movie because sales are starting to slip.
But the irony is, like, if you play Call of Duty, it's every sort of like cliche and whatever from every action movie you've ever seen. So
in other words, he wants to make like the Expendables.
Yeah.
Because that is every action hero, every movie cliche, every like it just astounds me that okay, well, he's going to do it.
They could get Michael Bay to direct it.
Oh, there you go.
He likes explosions.
Yeah. Explosions, American flag.
Explosions and nonsensical plots. That's him all over.
I don't know if Bobby Kotick can agree to that budget.
Twist at the end of it.
Where it actually is a video game.
Yes, Bobby Kotick will look at the how much it's going to cost to make a movie, and then we'll end up seeing you Bowl doing the next Call of Duty movie.
You know what? Activision spends billions of dollars promoting Call of Duty every year.
I know, not making it, just promoting it.
Yeah, just promoting it, not making it. Let's spend like maybe $100,000 making it.
Yeah.
But they blow their entire wad. Rather, in the old days, people used to spend all their money on the development, and it would promote itself just because it was that good. Now they spend all their money, like I would say probably a good 60% of their budget for a game goes to advertising and hype.
20% goes to Bobby Kotick, and the rest goes to development.
The developers, which is why you get grade 6 plots. And
well, I don't know if I'd say that's why. I'd say the reason you get those kind of plots is because they say, make a game, make it fun to play, and get it done next month.
And go.
There's just no time to actually make a game worth investing time in. There's no time. They don't have time to do it. For instance, if we don't have what is it, snowmobiles, and we don't have dogs, what else are you gonna put in there?
But you got dogs in space.
Jetpacks and lasers is the answer.
Sharks with lasers. We needed sharks with lasers, and instead it's jetpacks with lasers.
What about a shark with a jetpack and a laser?
Oh my God!
The ultimate killing machine.
Yeah.
Sharknado kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking right there when you said that. Sharknado.
You know what is hilarious about this? It's suspiciously like Titanfall.
Yeah, imagine that.
Titanfall.
How'd that happen?
Which is on sale, guys, for all of $20.
$20 for Titanfall.
Too expensive.
Hey,
Still, I think that's about $7 too much.
So I don't know.
I think that's about $17.
I'm tempted.
If you were holding out,
Just to find out what it's about and stop basing my opinion on hearsay and videos.
But it's all wall jumping. I just can't do that. I'm not.
Is it? See, we don't know. We're not playing it. We're just
not only
assuming.
is it $20, it's also they've got another 48-hour time period you can try it out for.
Oh,
Yeah,
here's the answer. That's what we should be doing for the show today.
Yeah, that's the other thing, the 52 gig.
Futuristic aesthetic, as you can see.
Oh,
To download that
52
cheap.
gig.
More colorful.
Yeah.
They have a lot more variety in terms of the environments.
This
But you'll
does
also
look
get
just
a
like
very
Titanfall. I'm
different
just missing Titans.
movement that you're
Yeah.
used to
Yeah.
in Call of
So you
Duty.
got
As with
lasers you're shooting now, so it's almost like Star Wars Titanfall.
Who are already experts or have already played these games for years. The
Yeah,
way
I guess you
And
can-
you watch it and it's just people jump. It's Halo. It's people just jumping around.
Jumping around while holding the laser button down.
Ability does look like a
Jumpin'
very
frag,
important part of this
jumpin'
game, just like it
frag.
was in Titanfall.
Modern Halo
this isn't
Warfare.
the first time the Call of Duty franchise has jumped into the future.
Call of Modern
but
Halo
it's very
Warfare.
different than how they played with it in Call of
Fail.
Duty.
The main character, Disaster Chief.
Stuff is really just
Disaster Chief. Titan Chief.
Look at the mechanics that you're playing with here. You've got a boost jump, it lets you to do quick forward thrusts. You can
Like, this
dodge
just
mid-air.
looks so boring, I
All
can't
these
even-
evasive maneuvers and
Yeah.
minor
Oh, this is
adjustments.
isn't this
Shot a
Sledgehammer?
laser at me. Now I know where you're at.
on how you
Isn't this
can do that.
Sledgehammer's
It's a-
version
it's
of the
a really
game?
important
This
part
is.
in terms
Okay.
of the reflexes that you display in terms of
So
how
it's just-
you
I'm-
perceive yourself in
That guy
the
just
The one
spawned
thing
there.
I could say that I'm happy about is that they're embracing the ridiculousness that this game always sort of had a ridiculous tone.
They're embracing it. They're 100%
So
thinking this is serious. Oh, is that a teleporter he just stepped on?
There's a very
please say it was.
I think that was a teleporter.
Really? Because I see people zapping in and out of the screen, but I just figured that's Call of Duty.
He stepped on that.
They're spawning
stepped on that glowy blue circle and
There's a similar kind of
teleported.
play here, except it's a little simplified. It's a
Oh,
little
now he's
easier.
got dual
You're gonna have
lasers.
to get used to clicking your analog stick.
No, actually, these are dual railguns.
Get a sense of whether
Oh,
or not
because
You can't have dual lasers. I don't know what you're thinking.
That's way too unrealistic. That's just ridiculous.
You have a jetpack. Out of all the maps that I played, there were
No laser cannon, though, apparently.
Has very tight interior specs.
On a side note, whoever's narrating this video, like, Christ.
They're also
Christ? Christ is narrating this video?
Christ.
No, because if he was doing it, at least it'd be entertaining.
There's also Riot, because of prison, which
Now watch
is
me walk on water.
for chaos. And if you
I'm sorry, I've
Really
offended.
sick people.
I've offended 50% of Americans there.
Yeah, now we know you've done it.
which is a loading dock that's being pelted by
That's that half done.
For it has multiple lanes,
Now to get the other half.
multiple levels of travel. It was very easy to lose people.
Is it a built-in wall hack? Is that what I'm seeing?
I think that's a perk.
That was the railgun, is it not?
Oh, no, I was just seeing somebody with a different view, like thermal or something.
yeah.
It kind of looks like a wall hack.
Yeah.
Sort of a basketball
That's a
style
grenade.
mode.
You
You
don't
have
stand
to
there.
collect
Or
them
what did you...
down
Oh, it's a ball.
like
He just picked up the
turns,
ball and ran with
carry
it.
them
What
to
the hell?
certain goals, and you put them
Balls?
through. If you
Balls!
I noticed in the footage that you captured from your experience
It's like
playing.
Quidditch.
It is Quidditch. They're Quidditch duty.
They're flying around.
Reminds me a little bit
Oh,
of
what happened there?
Oddball
Big
in-
certainly
tetrahedron
similar in
landed on
spirit,
him.
it's certainly a lot of
Oh,
fun.
boy.
I think the amount of modes that they're
Yeah,
bringing to this game,
it's
and there
Quidditch.
are 12 multiplayer modes on day one, signals a lot of variety.
One of the things that I found disappointing about Call of Duty Ghosts was that it
One of the things he
a lot
found
of different
disappointing.
multiplayer modes like Hardpoint.
Well, you'll be happy to know that Hardpoint is back. It's
Should I rewind that? What he found disappointing about Call of Duty
Oddball
Ghosts?
in Halo.
It's certainly similar in spirit.
I don't know. He
it's
just.
certainly a lot of fun.
I just
think
found it ironic.
the amount
He
of
did
That's
mention
modes
Halo
that they're
too.
bringing to this game, and there
I just
are
heard
12
the mention of
multiplayer
Halo.
modes on day one. Signals a lot of variety.
One of the things that I found disappointing about Call of Duty Ghosts was that it got rid of a lot of my favorite multiplayer modes like Hardpoint.
Well, you'll be happy to know that Hardpoint is back. It's still the same.
Oh, wow, this is just... Somebody's getting paid for that. Okay.
It's a little bit like Crazy King of the Hill. There's also
Out.
Team Death.
Next. Actually, I'd rather watch this than Dead Island 2.
Product not yet rated.
Really?
I think so, yeah. Dead Island was okay, but there's no way I want to play another version of it, and I don't want to keep playing Dead Island. What's the difference? It's
Kinda-
Dead Island.
It's the same shit on the same island.
Oh, this one's California, isn't it?
It's California. It's no island. I don't know why it's Dead Island.
Nothing has changed.
Let's be honest, the editor that they use makes it have to be an island, but that's different.
I'm assuming that California slipped off into the ocean and is now an island.
Yep. You can't get out of. Well, once you go to California, you can't get out anyways. It's like a bad Seth Rogen movie. Wait a minute. There is no such thing as a good Seth Rogen movie.
Oxymoron.
Yeah, the problem I had with Dead Island was like it made it so hard to do the guns.
And to craft those weapons that just broke after 3 swings.
Yeah, like you finally got a gun. This is my biggest problem with it. I was like, oh my god, I finally got a gun, and then it just like doesn't do anything against zombies.
Oh, you have no bullets. How about that?
Well, that's fine. You know, eventually you get some bullets, so you spend the time looking for them, and you get really excited about it, and then you get the gun and you fire it at a zombie, and it doesn't even kill it because it's not very effective on. You have to use it on people. It's like, oh.
Okay, knowing that Dead Island's on the way, what would you pay for it?
$30.
Wow.
I'd do 30 bucks.
You are like, you know what, Ham? You
He's
should let
making
me
money.
control your money.
Oh.
Well, here's the thing. So the guys behind Spec Ops: The Line, which I know that doesn't say a lot, but those guys are doing it. Not who did it before. Was it Deep Silver? I don't know. Just the guys who developed the original Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide are not doing this Dead Island.
Yeah,
And,
I'm gonna remind you of something because this statement sounds eerily similar to one that you made regarding the development of the new and latest Wolfenstein. title, which you still went out and purchased, and then you had much remorse over after opening your heart and your wallet to this publisher for this title that you said, well, it's not the same guys, and I've got high, and I just want to remind you of that.
That's noted. You make a great point.
Do you want to rephrase your amount that you would be willing to pay in the form of a question?
All right, $20. $20 pending good reviews.
There you go.
15. I'm willing to go 15. I think 12 is my ideal number.
Yeah, because I played Dead Island, I'd be probably willing to pay somewhere between 10 and 15 for it. It's just, it was a good game when it came out, but it was very gimmicky, and the gimmick wore off very quickly.
Yes, and then it was monotonous because you were just always crafting weapons and fixing your weapons,
breaking weapons,
and that's right. We had the missions that we had to go get this, go get this, go get this.
Fetch quest.
That's it.
Yeah.
It started off, I think, fun. It outgrew its welcome because there wasn't a lot of variety, and it just became the same thing over and over and over again. And I don't know how they're going to solve that here.
Yeah, this one may do something different, but if they follow the same recipe of like you said, the fetch quests, I'm sorry, you're not opening new areas and things like that. You have to continually go back. All right, what do we do? Oh, now we got to go back there again for a coconut. Why do we need a coconut? Because somebody wants some coconut juice, or they're not gonna. Oh, fuck off. It was fun, but it wasn't that fun.
Yeah. And not to mention that there's also from who's making Dead Island? I don't know.
Deep Silver? No. Yes.
Like there's I don't know.
Slurring the words of Deep Silver.
Yeah, I need to find that out now.
But from these guys, there's a it's Techland.
Techland. Okay.
Those
Deep Silver are publishing it.
Yeah. They're making Hell Raid, which is Dead Island in the dungeon, and they're also making Dying Light, which is Dead
Island with parkour.
Yeah, with parkour. So it's, how many of these do we need?
You know what that says to me is they're like, oh, we can just reuse assets from all three games to save time.
To save time.
Yeah.
Imagine how much money they can make because they saved all that time.
Like I'm looking at, say, Dying Light, and then I'm looking at Dead Island 2, and I haven't looked at the third one, but those two look pretty similar.
All right, I don't know. I can't call it a dead game, but Square Enix is working on some sort of strange title called Life is Strange. And actually, there is a video that goes along with it that makes it look absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what the heck is going on and why people are all interested in this. And the reason I'm assuming people are interested in this is because there's all kinds of news and articles going on. Look at picture on wall. Okay, there's pictures there. Yeah, what else can I do? Walk down the hall and look at... I don't want to look at the picture on the wall. Coffee. I can look at the coffee. No.
Might want to do that.
It's like a much, much more involved Nancy Drew, isn't it?
Oh, I was going to say Heavy Rain.
Okay.
Because that's what it reminds me of, with the fucking pop-ups that used to, like, no, not pop-ups, but you like look at everything, and the opening scene of that game, you like shaving a man. It was so weird.
What? You're shaving a man?
Look that up. The opening scene of that game, you have to shave, and then you have to like brush your teeth, and I'm like, it's in there playing it going, I just did this.
Hygiene simulator.
Like, why am I having to do it now?
We need more of that. We need more of that. Maybe we should make that just for the sake of showing everybody how they're doing it wrong.
In the garage, in the living room, upstairs, in the garden.
Yeah, that looks exactly like
It's
that.
really up to you, the level to which you want to.
All right, well, other things that Square Enix has worked on, or published, I should say, not worked on, is Nosgoth. I told you I would bring it up. Okay, so we were talking about Nosgoth, Ham and I, last week, and Ham says he's been playing it and having fun, and I was like, okay, I'll give in. I'll go out and buy it. Turned out I already owned it. So we jumped in and started playing, and it wasn't that bad. It was pretty good. There were some small maps, as what Obi-Wan, I think, was pointing out, that it is vampire versus what?
Humans.
Humans.
It's vampire versus humans, yeah. The game takes place in the Legacy of Kain universe. If you've ever played any of those games, I'm not a big fan of them. I think Soul Reaver was a big hit, though, amongst a lot of people. It does not feature any of the characters from the Legacy of Kain games, though. So it's sort of a known setting, but not known characters. And the best description I can really give for it in terms of gameplay is it's the Left 4 Dead multiplayer, basically, but there are no AI-controlled zombies, and it's 4v4. And
I guess it's like that. That's a hard... I don't know if you can say it's anything like Left 4 Dead, really. I guess the idea that you're trying to compare there is that you have the humans versus creatures, and the creatures have the ability to jump or strike slightly differently
it's
than
asymmetric,
the humans. Yeah.
in terms of the abilities. So yeah, and as a human or as a creature, you need different tactics to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
There's that. And
now, if you do purchase this over at Steam for only $4.99 USD, it is an early access game, which means they're considering it not actually finished. But it played well enough to to feel finished, right?
yeah, I'd say so.
I think I got sent a beta key somewhere for this.
There's some definite features it could use. Like right now, as far as I understand, or at least the last time I played, there was no auto balance, so it's a 4v4 game.
That's right.
abilities-
Something felt off about it, where the vampires felt a little bit overpowered sometimes.
Yeah, and so it's made, at least from my experience, it's made in such a way that it's really, the design is really tight. So if both teams are playing very well, then you have these really tense matches. But if the teams are uneven, it just becomes a slaughter for whoever has the least amount of people.
Team.
Yeah, and there's no auto balance. There's no damage bonuses for uneven teams or anything like that.
And it's important that they play together cooperatively.
Very important.
You split up, you die. You play together, you have a better chance.
Yeah. So it
for
takes
both teams,
coordination.
not just one. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not in there right now. So if somebody drops out of a match, it's like, well, I guess I should give up. It's unless the other team that you're playing against is just really bad, or you're just really that good. But in most cases, if it's even skill level or around even skill level, if the teams are uneven, it's just over.
I felt like it's worth the $4.99 to check out and play. Do I want to go back to it? I would consider it. I'd consider playing with you guys, since you guys haven't played before, all of us together. But would I do it on my own? No, probably not.
If you're paying $5, how is it a free to play?
It's going to be free to play soon. You're just paying for
early access.
For early access, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can wait.
Beta this winter.
So it's like that's a bullshit kind of way to do Kickstarter.
Yeah. It's working for them, I think. I don't know what kind of money they're making, but they're making something.
Yeah, probably making something. Oh, God. Twitch is like... This is off topic, but there's something psychological about the way this website is designed, because I can never remember my goddamn password. And it's just this website.
Didn't you have to go through the whole emailing, and then the email doesn't come through or gets filtered weird, or don't you wish for the days of what it used to be? Stick'em. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude.
Okay.
Stick'em was awesome.
I guess we'll move on to another game that you could play in alpha right now, and that would be Unreal. Unreal has an alpha that's available for Unreal Tournament, the new Unreal Tournament. It is the old Unreal Tournament made in the new engine. So really, it's the same game.
Yeah, but it's not Unreal 3. I think everybody agrees, even the developers, that was a piece of garbage.
Garbage. Oh, that's a shit. No one will play it.
Yeah. So they're approaching Unreal Tournament, this latest one, a lot different from the previous games. They're trying to be really transparent and get feedback, and it's going to be free when it's finally done.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a bit different. And have any of you guys played the alpha?
I am not interested.
Me either.
To put it plain. I've played Unreal Tournament. It's fun for a little while. I'm not interested.
Yeah, it was for me. It was fun for like 5 minutes, and then I realized why I didn't like.
Not exactly sure why they're doing this. It's going to be a very limited audience that enjoys it. So why put the time into it?
Because it's something nobody asked for.
Wait, are you talking about in terms of the game itself?
Yeah. Unreal Tournament Alpha. This new rebuild of Unreal.
The alpha, I think, is going to be a limited audience. There's only going to be
even the finished product. How is the finished product going to be something that people want as opposed to a brand new game?
It's an arena shooter that looks great.
That we already have.
But it looks better though. It looks better, and there's going to be different modes and different mods and marketplaces and all that stuff.
Right. They're going to put marketing into it, and they're going to put your dollars here into it.
There's a group that you can market to for arena shooters, people who love Team Fortress 2, who love Quake. That's certainly me. I'm excited for an Unreal Tournament, one that looks good, or I'm excited for something new.
I wonder what the player stats are like when it comes to people playing like a Team Fortress 2. Are there any new acquisitions, or is it all just a slow slope down?
I'd say it's probably steady. They probably see spikes during that. There's a Steam Charts website. Just see how it's doing. Let's see. Is it in the top? It is not in the. Oh, here it is. It's the number 3 game played on Steam.
Team Fortress 2, yeah. Current players is 75,000. Peak players is about 80,000. Hours played is a lot. It's up there.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I'm wrong. It doesn't say anything about new user acquisition, but it does say something about quite a bit of current players.
Yeah. So.
But you know, Football Manager 2014's up there too. So.
True. Yeah. I just when I look at the Unreal Tournament, it's my kind of game. So I'm excited for it. I'm not interested in the alpha at all. I don't want to play an unfinished arena shooter. That's extremely frustrating. I'd rather just play the finished product or the very close to finished product. So I'm not interested in how it's coming along or giving feedback. I just want something that's solid and that's fun to play right from the start. So
you can really get into these charts. You can see that Unreal was not doing so well in June. And then there was a huge spike on June 19th.
Which Unreal?
Not Unreal. Team Fortress 2.
Oh.
Okay. Pretty neat. So much for that. Okay. Also, Unreal is going to start introducing a marketplace. That's something that Ham alluded to a little bit there early on in our conversations, where they're going to be selling, if anybody's familiar with Unity, they'll be selling assets. It's an asset store. It'll be a store where you can go and buy all the pieces of your game, throw them into the game, and then sell your game.
Great.
Yep.
So we get high-quality products.
That's what it will turn out to be for some people. For other people, it'll turn into a list of tools that they can use in order to enhance their game.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know how big the marketplace is and things like Unity, the Unity store.
I think it's an important part of Unity. And it also allows people to, instead of develop games, also develop these assets and sell them and make a little bit of money on that, assuming Epic decides to go along with that in their Unreal marketplace.
Yeah.
But because I think Unreal is such a broadly used engine, I think what we're going to see is a potential flood of low to mid quality assets.
At first, yes, absolutely.
That people are definitely going to try and overprice.
Mm-hmm. You'll end up with the common texture packs, model packs. Here's my buildings. Here's my
And that's what
nonsense.
I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that you're gonna see a lot of the same stuff across games if this becomes a big thing. Although I'd say the real benefits of marketplaces would probably be the behind the scenes work where you're just like, okay, I don't want to recreate something that this game is already doing if there's an existing sort of generic tool
Like a
that
box.
I can customize.
Mm-hmm.
If only there was something to make a box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if there's some behind the scenes stuff.
Are you tired of putting unrealistic looking crates into your maps?
The stuff that I have actually purchased.
Download our new crate tool.
I have
You
purchased
simply
some things.
Yeah,
And these and the things that I would purchase are tweens, so that rather than coming up with this various types of maths that I have to throw in, I'll buy a tool that allows me to tween things, move things from point A to point B in a mathematical algorithmic way. Something else would be effects, different ways to provide effects, because I can't come up with every single idea that's out there, and they help me come up with new ways of applying things, be it an effect on how to create a planet, or an effect on how to make a starburst of some sort, or whatever.
Or damage models, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'll use it for plugins. If you want to do, let's say you're doing a mobile game, which Unreal does, it's important to point that out too, and you want to be able to sell it in the Apple's store, or you want to be able to sell it in Google Store, and you need to sell microtransactions. Well, you can just go out to get the SDK, plug in the SDK, and figure out how to connect the two, or you can get a plugin through this marketplace and not have to do what's already been done, and now you can just plug in your asset, whatever you're selling inside of your game.
Yeah, but those things in most cases aren't artwork, like prominent artwork. So.
And that's what I don't think these marketplaces should be. I don't think they should be artwork.
Yeah,
they can be.
They can be, and it's gonna be. But
it will be. Yeah, that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
All right. John Romero's turning back to making shooters. So he's been gone for 20 years, and now he suddenly thinks that he can pick up where he left off and be the king of shooters. I think it's delusional, and going to find out that what he's good at is paying someone to do it for him.
And then he'll show you.
Mm-hmm. Then I'll have learned my lesson.
Oh, Mr. Romero.
I mean, is anybody? If anybody here is excited about this idea, it would be Ham.
But I'm not.
No. Okay.
He had some brief stint with trying to make. He tried to come back as a mobile game developer, and can anybody remember the name of his mobile?
No
effort.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. Okay. It had monkey in the title. I think it was Monkey Bone or something. It had a game or two. That was just about it.
All right, off of this. Let's see what's in the realm of hardware. We have Alienware coming out with this box, which will eventually be a Steam box, but is really nothing more than a tiny laptop PC put into a box that plugs into your computer.
Wait, what?
It's a laptop that you plug into your TV monitor, right?
Yeah.
It's really all it is. Oh, wait, here's another one for you.
It's a laptop without a keyboard.
Yeah, interested?
No.
No? Come on, why not?
Because I already have a laptop to plug into my TV.
Yeah, exactly.
But that one has the Alienware logo on it, so.
Oh yeah.
So does my laptop.
I have to buy it now.
Yeah, dude, it's a Dell. Okay. What else? Here's a game with some interesting difficulty. What was the story behind expert mode? I think it is, or trial by iron. I think it was a trial by iron. If you select that as your level of difficulty in starting this game, when you die, you have to start all over again. You lose everything.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
What game is this?
It's called Pillars of Eternity. Here's some video. I think might have some of the game in it. I'm looking for something. There's some gameplay. It kind of makes me think of some other games that we've played.
It doesn't things like I think Diablo 3 does this, where you could like play through, and if you die, it's over.
Do they?
Yeah, I think so.
They might.
One of the
And there's a few other games like this. I don't see why this is like a big. Oh my god. Which actually is funny enough. This game looks a lot like Diablo.
You're right. They say Diablo 2 had this back in 2000.
And I think Diablo 3 has it as well, where you can play through like hardcore mode, and if you die, that's it. You're done.
Oh, there's more video noise. Stop. Okay. I guess that's not. How about playing in the Wild West? I know that
Wiki wild west.
Wilson used to enjoy Red Dead Revolver. Isn't this by the same people too?
I didn't. My brother did.
Oh, okay. I thought it was buggy as hell.
Yeah, so did I. But they enjoyed it.
Well, this is a game that's going up on Kickstarter, and it's made up of a bunch of developers who worked on Call of Juarez and Dead Island.
As soon as people say Kickstarter now, I immediately just
so do I.
Lost my attention. Sorry.
I agree.
It reminds me of was it Desperados that came out like 6 or 7 years ago, which is basically this, like a top-down point and click. It was like Commandos and all those games that came out at that time.
I like how the opening credits say, from the makers of Call of Juarez and Dead Island, and then you read this and it says, made up of some developers who worked on titles called Call of Juarez and Dead Island.
Not quite the same thing.
No, we got the coffee for the people who made the game. And now we're making this one. Give us your money.
From intern to Kickstarter.
Hard West.
International Hard West is
No, not interested. All right.
No,
I don't know.
Thing, like, fuck
You grabbed me with the West.
Kickstarter. Fuck off. Seriously, Kickstarter needs to go away. It's outlived its usefulness. It came out. It had such a good potential to be, if implemented the proper way, and has just been abused to the point of where it is fucking cliche.
Bigger companies need to take advantage of it. Not using it, but looking at it and saying, this is what we should actually make and produce, and we'll have it out before they do.
Instead, they're out there using it.
Yeah.
Activision Kickstarter for the next Call of Duty.
Yeah, that is a problem.
That genuinely wouldn't surprise me one bit. Like that would. I'm more surprised they haven't done that yet.
I bet you Bobby Kotick said this would be a great idea. And someone's like, yeah, we probably can't do that.
Why didn't they make their own Kickstarter website? That's what they should have done.
Actistarter?
Coda, yeah. Actistarter.
Well, technically, isn't that what they do with pre-orders really anyway? Let's be honest.
Yeah, really, that's what... Like, it's bullshit. Except with Kickstarter, you're pre-ordering a game that you... Or a product that you may or may not ever get because it may or may not ever be completed, and you have no recourse to get any money back. You can't cancel your pre-order. Once it's funded, you're fucked.
I will not support a video game on Kickstarter. I've actually supported a few things, a few board games, and I've gotten those, and that's nice. But I won't support a video game.
I've gotten something. That's it. Everything else has failed. Oh well. All right. Tomb Raider, Rise of Tomb Raider, actually, is suddenly going to be an Xbox exclusive.
Isn't it? Didn't they backpedaled on this a little bit though, didn't they?
A little bit.
Said it was going to be a timed exclusive.
Well, the problem is not. I don't think the problem is Tomb Raider. I think the problem is Xbox. This is something else that Ham and I talked about last week, where we said we're in agreement. Microsoft turns around and says, "You want to sell your new game on Xbox? You've got to put it on Xbox first, and then everything else. Otherwise, we won't take it," or something like that. And did you know Xbox also has some other, like, they have to review the game and make sure it's good to go. Oh, I guess wait, that's tied to Unity. Never mind. Unity games, they have a whole process that has gotten out of hand when it comes to having a Unity game that goes out on the Xbox. So, but we're not talking about that.
Yeah. Microsoft, they're killing themselves with all these stupid rules.
Mm-hmm.
This attitude of we want the best stuff only. We don't want to experiment with anything. We just want the guaranteed hits. And in practice, all they're getting is just people who are fed up with what they're doing.
But don't you think that the consoles in general are just noise out there now? How many people do you know that are like, I got to get this console because of this game? I don't know anyone.
There are a few, but not many.
No, a lot less than there used to be.
Yeah.
Or is it just that games are going downhill?
It is games. Well, we've said this before. The gaming industry is in a sad state.
Mm.
There is nothing out there. There is no innovation. Everybody's just regurgitating the same
mobile game
old breakfast, same old ideas. There's no hey, let's not give anybody any mod tools so they can't improve our game because nobody can make it better than us.
Mm-hmm.
And ergo, all of the creativity and the people that they could draw on for future titles and for future ideas has been stifled.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're getting the same old, what they teach in college, what they teach in these post-grads, over and over and over, because everybody's got the same curriculum. Everybody's got the same, it's horrible. It's horrible. We're in a sad state, which is why I think we're not playing games lately, because there isn't any fucking thing to play.
I hope that's it. It certainly can't be because we got older, because we've been
You got older, maybe, and I don't know.
I don't know.
One day you'll grow up and have a girlfriend, well, and you'll understand.
I refuse.
Yes, he's got his desk.
I'm gonna Peter Pan it. But never grow old. And have a weird relationship with an older man and the
way
Hulk.
with
Yeah,
running around in tights.
That's just on the weekends. I'm gonna have a weird relationship with an older man with a hook for a hand.
And a little
Have I just ruined? I think that was the sound of about 17 people's childhoods being ruined. Sorry. You'll never watch Peter Pan in the same way again.
Well, I haven't. Honestly.
I'm just concerned that you're going down to that bar that your roommate took us to.
I wonder if that bartender still works there.
Why would you wonder that?
Because if he does, I'm taking you there again.
Fuck that.
Because he loves you.
Yeah, fuck, I don't know what that was. That was just insane. Anyways.
Witcher 3. Here's a game that looks not bad. I gotta wonder how well it's going to play. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
I've been playing the second one.
And enjoying it, or just hoping that
actually,
the next one's...
No, actually enjoying it.
Okay.
I do have issues with it in that the controls are clunky as hell.
Yeah.
I'm playing it with an Xbox pad because just playing it on the keyboard and mouse is just too difficult.
Well, that's not promising at all.
No, it's fine with the controller. Like once you get used to the kind of the style of play, I believe in this one they've worked on the controls a lot again to kind of smooth it out a bit. But yeah, no, it's quite versatile. Visually looks really good as well.
Are you enjoying more the gameplay or the story?
Good point. Possibly the story.
Okay. Because I know it's very story-driven.
And I will say that I'm probably more biased to enjoying it because it's just something different.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but you're still. It's still a lonely game.
Yeah, there's no multiplayer. There's no.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit Skyrim-y in the way that it gives you quests and doesn't really tell you how to do them, which is actually the other thing. Like it's a very non-hand-holding game. Like it barely even has a tutorial.
Okay, so it's not good for somebody who only wants to play half-hour a day.
No,
because
like,
you'll never get it.
Yeah, this is not. I just have 20 minutes. I want to play something. I believe it's based on a book or a series of books.
Might be. I'm not sure. Okay.
But you know, it's kind of cool they're coming out with the third one. That's something to look forward to, and then be bitterly disappointed.
It looks great. It looks great visually. It's just I've kind of got burned by the first two games. I couldn't be bothered to finish either.
One, I played the first one to begin with, and it was horrible. Like it's absolutely horrible. And they did say moving to the second game, and you can see the like difference in how they redesign the way that it plays, because it's really just horrifying to play the first one.
Yeah, it's the combat.
Yeah, it's combat. Like you had to. The first one was you essentially just paused the game every time you like did a move.
Yeah.
And it was just really. It was kind of just It was a lot of nonsensical button choices and yeah, I played it for probably about a half hour, and then I was like, nah, I can't do it. I'm done.
Yeah.
But they made a lot of the second one is a lot better. Still a bit clunky and a bit awkward sometimes.
The second one, same deal. I mean, I bought it and I don't know how far in, but there was, I guess they expected me to have a mastery or not a mastery, but to have something with the combat. Like I just had it down by the time I got to a certain point, and I didn't know what the hell was happening, and I just kept dying, and it didn't seem like there was any way for me to get past a certain point. I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I quit. The combat for me wasn't.
Yeah, it's got a very Armor vibe to it, in that you either love this game or you kind of just hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see, like, I hope in the next one they kind of make it a lot more accessible, I guess is the word I want to say. Because, yeah, it's like there's barely a tutorial, and you start playing it, and you're like, what the and I'm playing on easy, and there are points where I'm still getting my ass handed to me. And it's which is not necessarily a bad thing, you know. I'm not saying every game should be like ridiculously easy and you should finish it in. But there's a point where it goes past being ridiculously difficult to I don't understand even what you want me to do. There's a few quests in there where they tell you what it is, like, oh, you gotta find. There was one where I had to find some woman, but they didn't give me any clues where she would be. There's no like marker on the map or anything.
Is that the one in a cave?
Maybe, and there's like the world is quite big, and it's just like I'm not even giving it, like, not putting anything on the map. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna find, but at least give me some sort of clue or, you know, indicator of where I should even start looking, because that was the whole thing. It's like, well, I don't know this world. Like I haven't been to half these places, so I don't know where it would be a good place to look.
She's missing. Why don't you know?
Yeah, like it's a little bit like that. I guess it kind of assumes that you've already played it through once.
Weird.
Which is weird, yeah.
I'll probably give in and get the third one anyway. But
At $50-$60?
Yeah, I won't pay that, but I think you get a discount on Steam if you own the first two.
yeah, you get a discount. So whatever the discount is, I'll see what it's like. Maybe
47, it's 20%. Weirdly though, if I go to the Steam page, it says this product does not have support for your local language.
What is your local language?
I thought it would be English, but I could be wrong.
Okay. There's some. It seems that Madden is trying to really push their game here, and they're getting a little weird with it. Have you seen this commercial? Let's see, number 27.
I think I have, and it was.
Oh no, I have actually. Yeah.
It was pretty well done, as far as direction and
Yeah, what's up? What are you doing here?
creative ways of implementing
Madden
it.
football season in America is a competitive time, an emotional time, an annual ritual that causes this man to put hands on this pretty face.
We're not gonna watch it.
Man season is the reason my hand touched your face. That time
Okay.
of year is finally here when I put you in your place.
And the start of that gives you an idea of how this commercial goes.
How about sugar in your tank?
Pretty long too.
I'll get inside that cranium. Lift it
3.5
all
minutes.
night long. I'll wake you up with a boat home.
I don't know anyone that plays Madden this emphatically.
No.
Yeah.
People that I knew that did play Madden have stopped playing it because they're tired of the same shit every year.
It can break you up, so beat your rival, don't give up.
No,
Hey, man, go.
these sports
And
games.
Madden is notorious for being like showing off E3 videos that have got all these amazing features in it, and then the game comes out and it has none of them.
These things should be designed like MMOs, where they just
Can we like turn this off because this is horrible? There we
Yeah,
go.
it's really pretty bad.
It'll be on. It's every 5 minutes on Fox. You can watch this commercial.
It's basically like that info channel that you get on cable TV. That's like how to use the cable TV box. Let's watch it again.
Okay, how about something actually useful? Yes. A handy way to know when all the games come out. It is a calendar that Kotaku has... I don't think Kotaku's the one making it. I think they're just the one that's showing it off. It's a Google Calendar, basically, that you can see when your games are coming out.
I already do this.
On your own?
Yeah, I've got a little events and releases Google Calendar. Tells me when films and games and events are happening.
Or you could just, remember.
No.
No, just no. No.
No.
I refuse.
It's not how this works.
I can either remember or I can drink. There's no one and the other.
Thing is what's coming out that we would really want to put
Gauntlet.
that on your calendar.
I got Gauntlet on my list.
Gauntlet.
Yeah. Go
I
on.
did. That's the only one.
That's the thing. Like my calendar would be pretty empty.
And when is Gauntlet coming out?
What is it? The 11th?
It's not that expensive either, is it?
Gauntlet's coming out on the 3rd. Wednesday. Next Wednesday, not this Wednesday.
I hope it plays like I remember Gauntlet being. If it does,
Yeah, well.
instant purchase.
You'll be bitterly disappointed.
And what's it coming out on, Foil?
PC at least. What does this color represent? Multi-platform.
Well, I don't. My little calendar doesn't take it that far, but
You see? It is coming out on PC and Linux, according to this website.
Yeah.
It
Are
will
we
have
buying
local
up
and
for
online co-op.
Yeah.
Come on, Gauntlet co-op.
Yeah. I mean, it's the original.
I've already bought it.
4-pack.
I already bought it.
You already bought a 4-pack?
No, I already bought a pack. I already bought the game.
Oh.
You bought?
On Steam. I'm just waiting for it to show up. I bought it like a month ago or more.
You pre-ordered it.
I did.
No.
There aren't many games that I want to play, and this is one of them.
I guess we don't get a 4-pack.
Pre-order now. Oh, pre-order now to get a
cape,
a helmet,
helm,
You get a helmet.
and
You get a
digital
cat helmet.
comic.
Oh no, wait, it's Steam, so you don't actually get anything. You get a digital copy of the book. And it's like, yay, that's gonna look great on my digital shelf.
Digital bookshelf.
You'll enjoy it digitally.
But you're right. Other than that, what do I really care to see? Why
I
is
got
every
nothing.
game
Like,
showing up?
there's nothing really, other than maybe The Witcher.
But that's next year, isn't it?
That's ages away, and Batman as well, I guess. But again,
And that's
that's
also
like
next year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's
Batman's
really
something
just
to look forward to.
nothing. I'm
Some
looking forward
people
to.
want FIFA, I guess.
Seriously, we're gonna pay $20 each for this game.
I wish somebody could show me that it was worth it.
It looks like Gauntlet.
It looks like Gauntlet.
Yeah.
I want it to be Gauntlet.
I'll just wait until File plays it.
Okay.
That tells me what it's like.
I'll give you a raving review.
That's the voice of I've been burned before by File's recommendations. Then again, it couldn't be any worse than bloody Homefront.
Great. I'm buying it.
He's going for it already. I thought you would. There's a certain nostalgia to it, and I like the idea of doing some co-op with this game.
I do like Gauntlet. Why is this not remembering my fucking card number now? I have to enter. I have to work. Stupid shit.
Okay, don't make me do this.
Yep, buy Gauntlet.
I'm remaining strong.
It.
No, you're not. You're gonna fucking buy it.
Oh yeah, but I'll at least give me at least a week or two of pretending that I'm not gonna buy it.
No,
It'll be out by then.
4-player co-op. Hence, there's 4 of us. You have to get it.
This is the worst peer pressure ever.
It's
There's
working.
4 of us. You have to.
That's right. If I have to, you have to. And you have a job, so it's not like you can't use that as an excuse anymore.
When do I ever use that as an excuse?
Now, if it came with a grilled cheese
breezy.
sandwich, he'd be in.
If it what?
Came with a grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, what the fuck was that comments about?
I forgot the comment, but I remember what I thought about
so
it.
many disgusting comments. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific.
Something about spam and all over me and.
No, it was. He could feel it all over him.
Yeah, I was talking about spam because we keep getting a lot of spam.
Okay, because that was.
It
was the weirdest. Like I was away. I come back and this message is there, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Something about it being all over you, yeah.
I gotta find that. We'll just go back in the conversation.
I was going back and I couldn't find it right offhand. Oh, there it is. It's everywhere, man. All over me. I can feel it all over.
I should be out on the internet sometimes, like really.
It's fucking gross.
Okay. That's going to be the show. I got a video to finish it all off here. It's going to have to do with the crazy matrix on women and their hotness and that kind of thing.
Very reliable, too. Very accurate. Very
pretty
reliable.
accurate. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to bring up before we wrap it?
I got to play a little bit of Interstellar Marines.
Oh, so did Ham.
Did you like it? Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Here's the problem I have with it, right?
Yeah.
It looks visually great, plays pretty good. You know, it's Unity, which is cool. You know, they managed to get it to play like that. Here's the problem I have. I expected a lot more by this point.
What? It's only been what,
slowly,
a few years.
But like, yeah, and like at this point they have a bunch of empty maps with, and you can maybe I think there's one thing where you can play with AI, is it not?
I haven't played that mode. I've only played maps with.
Well, the funny thing is, I didn't really look that hard, but I couldn't find it. I just found a bunch of empty maps to run around in.
I've not found tons of filled maps. There's usually 1 or 2 servers. One full, one not full, so everybody else joins that one. I've had a great time. I don't know. I think it's great. I think it's simple. It's
I just, after like 2 whole years, I expected a bit more than just.
I did expect a faster pace. I can admit that. Yeah.
And it's cool. You know, it's cool. They got some cool things like the cover feature. It's like was it Far Cry or something? Crysis had where you can just you go against the wall. You don't have to press anything. It just kind of
you stick out.
Text that you're by a wall, and so that's cool and everything. But it's just I was a little bit disappointed. I expected a bit more than just
2 weapons.
Yeah, like 2 weapons and a bunch of multiplayer maps that if you're not on multiplayer, there's nothing for you to do. It's just.
It's. I don't know. I liked it. I think you have a great point, but I like it.
So now it's divided here. Very divided.
Well, it's not I don't like it. I mean, it's just the fact of it's been such a long time, and it kind of feels. Now, I imagine a lot of that is to do with the fact that they're developing a shooter on Unity, and not just a shooter, a multiplayer shooter. So I get why it's taking so. It's just I don't know. It just I kind of maybe I got looking forward to it a little bit more than what is actually in there.
Yeah, it. I think what it does so far, it does well. Visually it looks great. I like the little you can press. I think it's H, and the helmet opens and closes. Yeah.
That's kind of fun to play with.
Playing with the helmet.
Well,
helmet goes up, helmet goes down. Helmet goes up, helmet goes down. Helmet goes up, helmet goes down.
They put in certain weather effects and shading and whatnot to where you kind of have to take the helmet off sometimes just to be able to see. If it's raining and things like that, it's like, I want to put the helmet up because I can't see through the.
Okay, that's cool.
Visor so well.
There's just this nice trade-off of being able to divide the helmet when it comes down over. You have an interface, so you can spot teammates and things in the distance and goals and points to capture. Yeah, you can see all that stuff, but if you lift your visor up, then you can't see any of that stuff, and you might need to lift your visor up because the rain that's hitting your visor may make it hard for you to see, or I don't know, other stuff too. It's just it's a nice trade-off. They give you these tools to counter the environment, but at the same time, there's always a detriment too. Like don't turn on your flashlight in the dark. If you put on your flashlight, you can be seen by other players and shot. But if you don't, then it makes it harder to see where you're going. So just stuff like that. It's cool.
8 people are working on this.
I could see if they put out some sort of like co-op mode where you can play, like almost like a single player thing, but with co-op. Then I think I'd be really excited about this. I'd jump in on it and.
Eventually.
I think that's what they're planning to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's so far away though.
It's just and I know it's a small team, and it's just kind of like they seem to have had this. It wouldn't bother me if there wasn't anything to play of it. If they were just kind of. Okay, or maybe if I'd played every little alpha and things they'd put out as they went along, but I haven't. I played like the first one, and then I played this one.
Part of the issue that they did was they developed it on a version of Unity that they decided to scrap and then start on a new version of Unity.
Like I totally understand why it's taking this long, and I don't know. I just expected a little bit more.
You understand why it's taking this long? The reason it's taking this long is because they're inexperienced. That's why.
You know, there's not that. It's not like this massive studio either.
Right, but it's all due to inexperience.
Yeah, I would say that, but yeah, it's just I don't know. I kind of expect, like, I'm trying not to be. It should be like this and this and this and this because they are developing it by themselves, and you know. At the same time, it's just kind of like I expected a tiny bit more.
Yeah,
at this stage. I mean, it's been 2 years.
Given the amount of time, you would expect it to be to be more content, just much further along, a bit more polished.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, the lack of a bit of content in there is what's kind of getting me.
Yeah.
The game itself, I think, is actually quite impressive, especially that it's on Unity, because I don't think I've seen a Unity shooter yet.
I like this now.
Because you know, by this logic, if it had taken them 2 years to get to this point,
yeah.
Like, what in another 2 years is there going to be like a slightly, you know, a couple more maps, and they do have they are opening up to modding though, which is cool. You're going to be able to make your own maps for this.
Wonder how they'll do that. Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's very ambitious. Like Foyo said, not lots of experience. Those two things just add up to a lot of time.
Because like my concern is just the fact of by the time they get this done, it's going to be either so outdated or just next to nothing, you know, nowhere near as what they intended, or just so many people would have lost interest because it's taken like 6 years to get it out.
Yeah, look at Ricochet. Remember that, guys?
Yeah, yeah. Where they just took too long to get it done.
Yeah. Sad. Or
it is.
What's the most recent one? Dirty Bomb.
Oh yeah, Dirty Bomb, or formerly Extraction, where they just took too long with it and they made too many changes.
All right. Anything else you guys want to bring up?
Nope.
Other than, wow, more spam. Next week? Okay. Then I'm going to wrap things up. I'm going to thank our host for taking the time out to chat today. Thank you very much. Welshi for making it in this morning.
No problem.
And Strider, thank you for joining us today.
It's always an adventure.
I don't think I introduced anyone this morning. Anyway, Ham, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, you jerk.
All right. Thanks a lot. We'll be back next week with I think we'll be back next week. Some of us will be back next week with some more topics and things to talk about. So, in the meantime,
I won't be.
Oh, exactly. But you know what? Everyone else, go play some games, have some fun, and tell us about it. Mailbag. Yes. All right. See you later. Thanks for watching this week, and come back next week when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com. And please consider subscribing to modsonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
I got fries to go with all.
Fries to go here. Here you go.
Okay, so this is the Universal Hot Crazy Matrix. It's everything a young man needs to know about women. I've developed this on my own over 46 years of living on the earth. So this is how it works.
/ stole it from How I Met Your Mother.
You have your crazy axis and your hot axis. Hot is, as usual, measured from 0 to 10. We're all familiar with that. Crazy is measured from 4 to 10 because, of course, there's no such thing as a woman who's not at least a 4 crazy. So you got 4 to 10. This is your hot crazy line right here. Very important that you keep in mind where the hot crazy line is. As a rule, this is your no-go zone. We do not hang around and date and marry women who are not, at least in our mind, a 5. So this is your no-go zone. You don't go here. We just rule this out. Life is better this way. That's the way it is. All right. Above a 5 and to about an 8 and below the crazy line, this is your fun zone. You can hang out here and meet these girls and spend time with them. That's your fun zone, but keep in mind when you're in the fun zone, you want to move out of the fun zone to a more permanent location. Okay? So that's the fun zone above a 5, hot, below an 8, hot,
I like to hang out
and
in
below the crazy line. This means these are, most of the time, not crazy. Okay? Above the danger zone, above the crazy line, we have the danger zone. This is your redheads, your strippers, anyone named Tiffany.
Redheads.
This is hairdressers. This is where your car gets keyed. You get a bunny in the pot. Your tires get slashed, and you wind up in jail. Now that we have some of the charts filled in, we got a couple more pieces to put in. But at this point, understand something. This is not a static environment. This is a situation where you have got to use this matrix over time to develop some reliable data. It's like a dope chart, okay? Because at any moment in time, any woman that you have previously located on this chart can vanish from that location and appear anywhere else on the chart. So what you have to do is over time collect some data, and once you have a cluster of data points, you can begin to consider that reliable. Now, moving on, you have this zone here. This is below the crazy line, above an 8 hot, but still, about a 7 crazy. This is your date zone.
It's your date rape zone.
You can stay in the date zone indefinitely. These are women that you introduce to your friends and your family.
Is the friend zone?
They're good looking and they're reasonably not crazy most of the time. Okay? So you can stay here indefinitely. Now, above an 8 hot and between about a 7 and a 5 crazy, this is your wife zone. Okay? When you meet this girl, you should consider a long-term relationship. This zone is not scaled to size. This is a representation and not an actual. This is not a pie chart showing you how many of these people are out there. This is simply a representation of what you're after. You want to be 5 to 7 crazy above an 8 hot.
I have literally no idea what's going on.
Now, below a 5 crazy and above an 8 hot, this is your unicorn zone. These things don't exist.
Unicorns don't exist?
If you find a unicorn, please capture it safely, keep it alive. We'd like to study it and maybe look at how to replicate that, okay? So I was explaining this to a guy one time, and he said, wait a minute. I met this girl, and she's like smoking hot. She's like at least a 9, and she's chill. She's totally cool. She's like not even a 3 crazy. I said, you're telling me you've met a girl, she's a 9 hot, and she's like a 2 or a 3 crazy.
You're telling me you've met a girl?
Yeah, man, I like her a lot. I said, you should be careful. That's a dude, you're talking to a tranny. So you got to be careful, because down here, below a 4 crazy and above an 8 hot, you're probably talking to a dude. That is the universal hot crazy matrix.
There you go. All right.
Not only games and modding, but facts about life.
Yep.
Life lessons being learned here. All right, everyone. Have a great week. If that's all possible, I think it is. See you later.
Make the best of it.
Cheers.